Hi guys, this is Quinn Johnson, aka Quinjitsu. Today I'm going to show you how to use two of my favorite new Creativi-toys for Disney Infinity 2.0, the Text Displayer and the Text Creator. These tools have really pumped up the ability for storytelling and will allow you to craft your epic story for your toy box levels. So first I'm going to show you the Text Displayer right here. This is the toy that has a lot of ready-made phrases for you to display. So first thing we're going to do is connect this trigger to it. Logic connection, stepped on, we'll just do any in this case, and then we'll connect it to the Text Displayer toy. So what we're going to do is we're going to choose one of these ready-made phrases. So we're going to go to greetings, which is one of the many categories, and then we're going to go down to howdy. So, pretty easy. So now when I step on the trigger, it displays howdy. Pretty darn cool. So now you'll notice that when we go under the properties of the Text Displayer toy, we've got a few things we can do. First thing is the text duration. You'll see that this is a slider. Basically, that determines how many seconds your text will display on the screen. So we can adjust that. Let's just go up to 6 seconds. Under text style, you'll see we have lots of different styles. So we have top, which is what it was. You can have it display in the middle of the screen, bottom of the screen, banner. I actually like banner a lot for like epilogue and prologue type, bold, big bold text. So I'll show that to you. Bam, howdy. You'll also notice under properties that you have activate for all players, or you can turn that off. So nice little toggle switch right there for you. So that's the Text Displayer toy. Pretty darn cool. So now I'm going to show you my personal favorite is the Text Creator tool. Text Creator tool is very similar to the Text Displayer tool, except that rather than having ready-made phrases, you can actually make it say anything you can think of. So let's go ahead. And actually one thing that I have, it's nice, I have a keyboard actually hooked up by USB to my console, so that makes typing text really fast and easy. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's go into the properties of the Text Creator toy. And you'll notice that in addition to the text duration, text style, and activate for all players options, you have 5 lines of text. Text 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Basically, that means that in every Text Creator toy, you have 5 lines of text that you can put in. And then you can decide how logic dictates which lines activate or display on the screen at what time. So let's go ahead and decide what we're going to have for text line 1. So I'm just going to put here, I love. And then the system actually checks it to make sure there's nothing inappropriate in your text, and then we're good to go. Alright, so now we're going to attach this trigger to the Text Creator toy. Logic connection, stepped on, any. And you'll notice here that we have a few different options. You can have it display text 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Obviously we want text 1 to populate. Let's do that. Now when I step on the trigger, I love tangerines, and it's done in the banner style because that's actually, that's the top text style, which is what I had before. If I did it at the bottom, pretty self-explanatory. Okay, so that's how that works. Now what we can do, and I have to be honest, I don't know if I can honestly say I've ever had a tangerine, but then again, we're making a story, right? So there you go, anything goes. Another cool thing with these tools, or with the Text Creator toy, is that you can actually assign it to a townsperson, or a cast member, or a critter. In the logic language, these are called actors. So what you can actually do is, rather than just stepping on the trigger and having it display on your screen, you can go under Text, Style, under Properties, and then go to the very top. It's kind of hidden right there, and it's called Connected Actor. So now your text style is called Connected Actor. And then what you can do is you can connect, go into your options with the Text Creator toy, and then instead of new logic connection, you do new actor connection. So then it says up here to complete the actor connection, right at the top left there, and it says, hey, show me which actor you want this to connect to. So I've got Alice here, who's been kind enough to volunteer for this assignment, and I'm going to go ahead and select actor. Now, when I step on the trigger, Alice is the one who's saying, I love tangerines. And you'll notice that it still populates for just the 2 seconds that I had under properties here under the text duration. And you'll also see under here, it's also said that your logic connection is that this toy is connected to the Alice costume. So pretty darn cool. So this is a really great technique if you want various characters, various townspeople and so forth, critters or cast members to be mission givers. They can kind of give you clues throughout the game, throughout your level, and kind of help move the story along. So it's very, very cool. All right, so let's see here. All right, so there we go. Just one little side note, one thing that's really, really nice in Disney Infinity 2.0 is that if you look at the actor, you can actually go under properties with them now, and you'll see they actually have behaviors, which is amazingly awesome for this game. There's so many behaviors. There's stand still, there's jump up, there's laugh, there's play, there's dance. You can really make them do whatever you want. Very, very cool. So it's really helpful if you want an actor to be like a mission giver, to have them stay in a certain spot instead of just wandering aimlessly around your level. So what you can do is once you first place them, they'll start to wander around. Put your wand on them. You'll go ahead and go into their properties. You choose the behavior, and then you can actually pick them up and move them into the spot where you want them to stay. It's very, very nice. All right. So anyway, so we have Alice talking, which is really wonderful. So let's say, what do I do if I run out of text in my text creator tool? I run out of room to put all the text that I want. Well, never fear. We actually have a solution to do that. One thing to keep in mind is when you go to properties, there's actually not a way for the same text creator tool to have it cycle from text 1 to text 2 to text 3, etc. What you can do is actually connect two different text creator toys, which is amazing. So what we do here is we're going to first go to this second text creator toy. We're going to make sure that it's also connected to Alice, because we want it to be consistent with her doing all the talking. We're going to go under text style. We're also going to go up to actor. And then you'll see here that I've already put in a second line of dialogue, which is, they're a great source of potassium. I actually don't know if that's true either, but like again, we're telling a story. So now you can do, if you want that to be one continuous dialogue, you go into your first text creator toy, where we already put the dialogue, I love tangerines. You're going to go to new logic connection. And you notice here you can say if you only have one line of text in your whole text creator toy, it doesn't really matter. You can just put any text displayed. But I'll just show you this too. You can actually also say specific line dismissed. So when text line 1 is dismissed, which basically means when it's done displaying on the screen, then it's going to activate text 1 for this second text creator toy. So now when I step on the trigger, first you'll see I love tangerines from the first text creator toy, and then that immediately triggers the second line of dialogue from the text line 1 from the second text creator toy, which is I love potassium. So there you go. This is actually really cool. What you can do if you want to is you can set up multiple actors, you can connect multiple text creator toys to those actors, and then you can actually make it so like one line of text will activate another line of text, and you can basically make it look like the characters are having a conversation. Very, very cool stuff. Okay, so and one thing, this can be a little bit overwhelming at first, trying to keep track of which text creator toys activate which lines of text in which other text creator toys. But if you place them smart in your level, and it's easier to keep track of which ones trigger which ones. And if you want, you can even go like text 1 to text 1, text 1 to text 2 in the first one, then text 2 to text 2. It can all seem a little bit overwhelming at first, but if you just take your time and take it one step at a time and keep track of which text creator toys have which lines of dialogue, then you'll be good to go. Okay, so let's go ahead. Oh, and also keep in mind that all the text from the same text creator toy is going to have the same settings for properties. So all text lines 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are going to have the same text style, activate for players, and the text duration are all going to be the same for every line of text that's within the same text creator toy. Okay, so now let's take a look at another thing here. One of my other favorite new tools that you have with the text creator toy is called proposal text. Now proposal text is under properties and under text style, and you'll notice I've already got it here. Proposal text is really, really nice. So I'll just show you this. I've already connected it, or let me just connect it with the trigger real quick. Step on, any, and then we're going to display text line 1. So now when I step on it, you'll see this is an actual window that pops up with all the text that I've created in there. And you'll notice that that proposal text is not affected at all by the text duration under properties. It will stay on the screen until the player either hits continue or cancel to get rid of it. This is really nice in a lot of ways because some players, when they play your level, will not really pay any attention to the text that is displaying and then disappearing on the screen. They'll just want to keep running right into the level, and that they won't really appreciate all the narration and all the text that you've carefully written to put in there. This can also be bad if you've got specific like directions or tips or tricks that you've put in your text that the player is supposed to see, because they can just ignore it and race on through. The thing that's really nice about, again, for the proposal text is it will stay on the screen until the player physically hits the button to get rid of it. So it kind of is a way to slow the player down, to kind of control how they look at the text, and so they have to read that before they move on. It's really, really nice for telling a good narrative story. Also really good. It's kind of like the classic RPGs where you cycle through text, and you can even like we did over here where we connected 2 different text creator toys to go back and forth. You can do that proposal text. You can have the player cycle through lots of blocks of text as if they're going through the story. Really, really cool stuff. You'll also notice one thing that's super cool with proposal text when you do connections is that they actually have, you can choose down here either text proposal accepted or text proposal canceled, and that's only with the proposal text style. And what this does is it basically allows you to create logic connections for if they hit continue, which is accepted, or if they hit cancel, which is text proposal canceled. Really, really nice. Let's go ahead and just show what we're doing here. We're going to say text accepted, and it's going to set off fireworks with this party cannon. And then we're going to go back in, and we're going to say when the proposal text is canceled, it's going to use the sound effects toy here. We're going to go down to animal. Okay. So now when I step on the text proposal, if I hit continue, and you'll see here, want some fun, hit continue for fireworks or cancel for Camu, and I manually type that all in. If you hit continue, boom, there's your fireworks. So now if I step on it again, and this time I hit cancel, there we go, the moo sound effect. So you can really, I mean, there's so many possibilities you can do with the proposal style of text. It's pretty darn cool. Now, remember that with the text creator toy and the text displayer toy, really you can use the text displaying or dismissing to make any other logic connections happen with any other Creativi-toys. So really, the possibilities are infinite, which makes sense because Disney Infinity and all that stuff. All right, so one more cool thing that I wanted to show you real quick. Let's say that you have here a trigger area, and you make it so when you step into the trigger area, it activates this text creator toy and makes it say, "Hi, Quinn." Pretty cool. Now, this can be kind of annoying and it can really break up the flow of your level if the text really, you only want the text to be displayed once, and then the player keeps wandering back into it and activating the trigger area and keeps activating the text over and over and over. So that can be kind of annoying. It can really mess up the flow of your story. So there's a really cool way to keep that from happening. What we're going to do is use this new this Creativi-toy called the Logic Gate. And you'll see it looks a little bit different than it did in the first game, in Infinity 1.0. So what we can do here is we'll go into our logic connections for the trigger area. So we're going to delete the text creator link, because we don't really want, it's not going to be hooked up the same way. What we're going to do instead is we're going to say logic connection with the trigger area, entered, any, and then we're going to go, instead of to the text creator toy, we're going to go to the logic gate toy. And then we're going to say input. Basically what that means is when you step into this trigger area, it sends an input signal to the logic gate. Okay, so then what we're going to do is go into the logic gate, new logic connection, and you're going to say the output that the logic gate then sends out is that in the text creator toy it's going to display text 1. Boom. So there we go. Basically it's the same way of doing it, but you added this extra step with the logic gate. Now what we can do is say with the trigger area, we can go into new logic connection, and we can say when the trigger area is exited by any, we connect it back to the logic gate, it's going to close that logic gate. Basically meaning it's going to kill all logic reactions after that are connected through that logic gate. So now I'm going to step into the trigger area. Boom, it says "Hi, Quinn." Then when I leave, it kills that logic connection. So the next time when I walk in, it won't display anymore. Really, really useful. Now, one thing to keep in mind is when you're actually creating your level, you want to avoid you want to avoid going through that and causing the logic gate to kill your logic connection, because after that, anyone who plays your level after that will not be able to see the text pop up. So just something to keep in mind, that you want to keep you want to keep that logic gate open and not walk into it until you're ready to save the level and send it out for other people to play. Now, there's a lot more information about logic gates, but keep an eye out for Jose's video tutorial that he's doing for the logic gates, and you'll get a lot more information on that. But I just want to give you a brief little outline of how you could do that. So there you have it. It's time to create your own stories and blow away your friends with immersive plots and twist endings. So again, keep your eye out for more tutorials on the amazing new Disney Infinity 2.0 toy box.